What common product has a feature you're not sure everyone is aware of? Baking soda is really good at removing baked on grease and soap scum. If you spill something in the oven and it's creating a bunch of smoke, but you still need to use the oven to finish the task, you can douse the spill in baking soda and it will stop it from smoking, so you can finish cooking. Little FYI for anyone still reading this, cooking baking soda converts it from a weak base, sodium bicarbonate, to a rather stronger one, sodium carbonate. So be careful when doing the cleanup. It's much more caustic in this form. Great for making pretzels though. When you are writing in Microsoft Word or Outlook and accidentally leave caps lock on, select the text and press Shift F3. It will change the text between upper and lowercase. And there's a third option, to make the first letter of each word uppercase too. Always seems to blow people's minds when I tell them, T-Hat's awesome. I'll have to give this a try. Take my award and don't go near my children, sir. You can use a dry erase marker to remove permanent marker on an erasable surface. I got a week's worth of detention for writing my name in permanent marker accidentally on the whiteboard in 7th grade. We had to write our names and where we were going for study hall periods. Granted, I wrote it, so it took up the whole board. So that's kind of deserving, whether it's erasable or not. I learned about the trick a few years later. Oh well. Edit. Lol, some of your la way more pressed about this punishment than I was. Detention never killed anyone. I just did my homework. It wasn't the first or last detention I ever got. I didn't hate school and I never wrote my name on the entirety of a wall-sized whiteboard again. Permanent marker or not. Lesson learned. Reddit has a hide feature. It also has a save feature. But for some reason I still see people commenting for later all the time. Commenting for later might be obvious, but most times someone's over my shoulder on my computer. They seem surprised. In most browsers, if you want to Google some text from a web page, you can highlight it and drag it up to the tabs area. No need to copy and paste or right click. Gasoline will cut through most grease and glue. It will almost instantly dissolve duct tape adhesive. Liquid dish detergent is really good for taking oily/greasy stains out of clothes, the kind that are still there even after a cycle through the washer. They're a bit at the end of a stapler you can reverse, so the staples bend out instead of in. For a less permanent stapling, that is easier to remove by hand. With many car key remotes, you can make all the windows go down at once by pushing the unlock button 3 times. Rubbing alcohol kills bedbugs. Actually kills most spiders and bugs. Dries fast too, so you don't have to worry about a pet or kid getting sick. But bedbugs are nasty fuckers and usually hide within the gaps and crevasses where not even light could hope to reach. So if you have a bedbug infested material, toss it. Oh yeah, I ripped up the carpet, cut the underside of the bed base open, treated everywhere. Still had bedbugs. Ended having to get a professional in twice before they were gone. You can mute many microwaves. Edit. To mute your microwave, Google the model and how to mute. Not all microwaves mute, but many do. Good luck. OMG. I'm gonna have to figure this out so it can save my marriage. The extra 1 second left on the microwave to avoid the beeps has caused a significant number of arguments. Loin. G my butt off. Butt off okay. TT off okay. It's not actually a big deal. A lie a big deal, but my partner does hate the beeping. Hate the beeping. Mute the microwave is now on my to-do list for tomorrow. Street for tomorrow. Thanks. Tomorrow. Thanks. OPLS advise how to mute partner. Most ceiling fans have a switch to reverse direction of the blades. Set to clockwise at low speed in winter for an updraft that redistributes warm air at the ceiling downward, and then switch to counterclockwise at higher speed in summer to create a cooling downdraft. If you're gonna use that switch, before you turn the fan back on, make sure you dust the blades. You will get a nice snowfall of dust on your head and in your eyes otherwise. If you forget to wipe your blades before reversing them, your ceiling fan will become self-cleaning in the least helpful way possible. YouTube hotkeys. K. Toggles pause/play on the video, no matter where you last clicked on the page, except the URL bar. The buttons to either side of it. J and L. Skip forward or back by 10 seconds. The arrow keys skip forward and back by 5 seconds. The number keys skip you to whichever 10th of the video they correspond to. 0 to go to the start. M is mute. And C toggles the captions. You can select an area to screenshot that you can simply copy paste by pressing Windows plus S Shift plus S. The Hitachi magic wand can also be used to massage your neck and shoulders. I ain't rubbing it on my neck after it's been up my ass. Words to live by. When Amazon asks, can you answer this person's question about a product you have purchased? Answering is optional. Please. Stop with all the IDK. Bought for a friend etc. replies. Also, you aren't obligated to leave a review. And in fact you shouldn't if you haven't even used the product yet. Soda King sick of seeing reviews like I haven't opened the package, but it looks like what I needed. 3/5 stars. Apostrophe. Yesterday I saw on the PS5 controller Amazon page. This controller looks nice, but I still can't find a PS5 to buy. 1/5 stars. Oven doors come off. Just open till the first stop and pull straight up. I don't know how many people I've seen stretching to clean the back. And stovetops lift up and can be locked like a car hood. So you get everything under/around the coils. The gas flap on your car will most likely have a holster for the gas cap. Some, usually older ones don't, but it's typically in 3 forms. 1. A half circle that cups the spiral and holds it against the door itself. 2. A hole on the arm of the door that is either a small round hole for the spike on the cap or a rounded length that holds the outer edge of the cap itself. 3. A small squared hook near the base of the door that holds the square extruding from the base of the cap. Semicolon. These are worth looking for because they mean you're unlikely to strain the rubber lead and also make it impossible to close the door, so you're far less likely to forget the cap or get yourself a 2010 iSure new Ford with no gas cap at all. If you hold down the space bar on your iPhone, it allows you to move the cursor anywhere in the text. Android does this as well. Give or take your keyboard program. Edit. I use an LG phone, and their default text input comes with the function. Mileage may vary based on phone brand and age. Works great with SwiftKey. Dragging a Google image to the search box to get better quality picture, or to do a quick image search for fake social media accounts. There are also programs for this, but I don't know the name or names. Tinny. There are push-in tabs on most aluminum foil and plastic wrap boxes to keep the roll from falling out. These are a trap. Just like the push tabs on macaroni and cheese boxes. You'll mush the box into a ton. Decrepit, useless mess before you ever punch out that little triangle into usable form. The mac and cheese boxes are particularly useless because you need to tear it open to get to the cheese packet anyway. Laundry detergent has this cool feature where you probably only need about half the amount you usually use, or even less, if you're like me. Staplers have a spring-loaded base plate that can be popped up and rotated, which will make the staples splay outward as opposed to inward. The rubbies that nobody wants that, so as a practical joke I flip them for every own stapler and watch us then go to king batshit crazy. I now know what was wrong with the stapler in the mailroom at work 5 years ago. String can be used to remove rings that are stuck / too tight on your finger super easily. I had to do this once when I broke my finger. Not as easy as the gifs make it look and it hurt, but it was better than cutting the ring off or the finger. Most electric toothbrushes have a built-in 2-minute timer because that's how long you're meant to brush your teeth. For your health, mine does a little pause pulse at 30, 60, and 90 seconds to remind you change quadrants in your mouth. At 120 seconds it pulses 4 times quickly to let you know you're done. I'm 37 and this is the most I've learned about brushing my teeth the entire time. From the instruction pamphlet in the box. I have a Sonica and it does that, although at 2 minutes it just shuts off without warning. Plus the vibration changes tone if you push too hard. It's honestly amazing. Cannot wait to be accused of a thing though. On Zoom meetings, you can mute yourself and just press and hold the space bar when you need to speak. This should be higher. Just found out it's CTRL+D on Google Meet and CTRL+SHIFT+M on Microsoft Teams. Zoom wins for simplicity, unless you discover this by trying to type something during a Zoom meeting. Does everyone know the toaster lever can be pulled up to raise the toast up to make it easier to grab? Because I was in my 30s when I learned. I've always lifted it quickly so the toast pops out and I try to catch it mid-air. Kind of fun game to play. If you get kidnapped and stuffed in the trunk of a modern car, there is an emergency trunk release lever to help you escape. Street smarts with Detective JJ button binder. With Google Chrome on mobile you can swipe between tabs by swiping in the URL area. Believe you can on Firefox. Those small ice cream cups have paper lids strong enough to be a spoon. But that shit will never beat the individually wrapped wooden spoon. I remember the taste of the wooden spoon as much as the taste of the ice cream. Wooden spoon usually meant an ass whipping in my Italian family. It's like the chancellor of Italy. On Windows 10. Pressing the Windows key plus V will show you a list of recent stuff you've copied, so that you can select one of it and paste it. Not only the latest entry in the clipboard. This can also be turned off if you don't want your copying or pasting history to be retained. If you press the volume button while someone's calling, or even lock button for some phones, it will silence the ringer for that call. Really effective for when you don't want to pick up, but the ringer is annoying, haha. This works for alarms too. Unfortunately, I use the Apple Army because I used to be that person. Now I have to solve math problems before I can mute/snooze/turn off my alarm. You can turn off autocorrect on your phone. I ducking love that you can do this. Wow, my first gold. Thank you, kind stranger. I haven't tried it, but apparently Happy Meal boxes from McDonald's have pull tabs near the bottom, so you can separate the top from the bottom. It makes a little tray/plate you can eat off of. Can confirm this is true. The SWTCH on your car's rearview mirror is to toggle between day/nighttime driving. It's meant to dim the glare of headlights behind you. In Google Chrome you can paste without styles formattings by pressing Ctrl+Shift+V, so there's no need to paste styled text into Notepad, only to copy it again to get rid of the styles formatting. I think that's universal. Works in Word, PowerPoint, Google Docs, etc. The amount of people that don't know about Ctrl+F that I've talked to surprises me. Edit, to those wondering what it does. Just use it. I'm a software engineer. Each time a coworker doesn't know this I'm flabbergasted. Ctrl+S for the Emacs users. On most desktop browsers you can emulate web page in different mobile and tablet sizes by going to Developers Tools. Tip, you can use this to upload photos to Instagram from your computer. Every car comes equipped with turn signals. Edit, I got a lot of feedback that at least some BMWs don't, or have them optional. Toda. Also, a car also has the ability to turn off high beam lights. Yes, a lot of drivers are yet to discover regular normal headlights. A lot of cars with push button starts have a small button on the outside door handle. This is for locking the door when you get out of the car without having to dig the fob out of your bag. With most push button start cars, if the key fob battery goes flat and the car doesn't recognize the proximity key in order to start the ignition, you can use the actual fob to press the start button. It activates an induction coil in the fob similar to a PayWave credit card and will allow the car to start. Depends on the car. I think that works with Toyotas, where the antenna is in the bezel surrounding the start button. But in Chevys you need to place the fob in a designated place, usually in the center console, to start the car when the battery is dead. The alignment of highway signs indicates which side the exit will be on. Wait, what? By highway, do you mean major multi-laned road, like what we would call a motorway here in the UK? Are you saying sometimes you have an exit ramp on the left hand side and sometimes on the right hand side? Exit ramps can be on either side. They're rare here and are usually only in metropolitan areas. Someone commented earlier that Newcastle has at least one. Ctrl+L then Alt+Enter duplicates your current Chrome tab, saving you a bunch of clicks. Copy pasting the URL into a new tab. It's a small thing, but useful if you like using the keyboard to navigate. Ctrl plus SHIFT plus T to open the tab that you accidentally closed. This is the best one in the thread. Also worth noting, it works even if you've closed the browser then reopen it. You can mute those obnoxious gas pump TV ads by pressing the button that's second from the top on the right side. I'm sorry, what? Exclamation mark. Gas pump TV ads. In the US, there are small TV screens installed at most newer, big chain gas stations that play advertisements for specials on food, current sports, and sometimes a clip about the 10-day weather forecast. When you begin pumping, the ads start playing, so you're trapped in commercial hell for however long it takes to fill your tank. The mute button at many of these pumps at the station I frequent is very angrily smashed in and broken, sadly. So many people aren't aware of Windows Print a PDF feature. If you ever want to save a web page, article, or just about anything in PDF form, just hit Ctrl plus P and the drop down menu should have Print a PDF as an option. If you want to take a snippet of something on your computer, there's also the snipping tool. Hit the Windows key and type snip, and it should be the first result. iPhones have a back tap feature which you can turn on for different kinds of shortcuts. Double tap the backside to take screenshot. Am I the only one who tried it without manually turning the feature on first? Nope. I tried tapping the back of phone a good 10 times before I realized I was not very smart. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe for more videos.